Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey and the Resolves, and today we're going to be playing with a nice Xenan deck actually. So it's been a while since we've been playing with Xenan, I think, so I pinched this one off Eternal Warcry. Apparently it originally came from Lights Out Ace. Not entirely sure whether that was a joke or not, but we're going to take some to the ladder and give it a go, so we'll get to. But first off, the change to Argenport Instigator just being like single shadow means that you can now play it alongside Teacher of Humility. So previously in this slot we probably would have played Ribknife Assassin, as that's kind of pretty good with like a initiation, but then again so is a free for 2. It's also kind of good with like Temple and being able to defend it, but like just having like 2 free-frees you can play in turn 2 and then like getting there for Mara Stinger. And then of course we've got like things going on with Auric Interrogator in this deck, which is something that hasn't seen much play, I'll say, in quite a while, at least not since it's been premium, because I think the last time I played with this it was still non-premium. But it does play really well with Xenan Initiation and Dark Return. We are of course playing Merchant rather than Smuggler. I think that's probably fine because it does protect our site. Rather than having the ambush, it's got Deadly, but it means it can also play things in here that we've got in the main. So you can see here we've got like an additional copy of Dark Return. Do generally, as always, like playing sort of like Shadow Merchants with Dark Return, because it just means you get to like keep nipping in and out of it. Even if you only draw like 1 merchant, you're not as likely to draw them as like FGS, who's playing 8 merchants, and probably if that cycle ever completes, playing 12. But you do get to reuse the same one over and over. So at the end of a real long game, your market should just be like 4 power and like the thing that was useless that matchup. Which is generally kind of nice because it feels like you've got much more consistent draw than your opponent. So let's get into the ladder and give it a go. Also shout out for Slime Spitter Slug. So reset was yesterday I think. It'll still be a redraw, can't really play anything. So we are still sat in like the gold freeze. I do kind of like this. So I'm going to play Banner first though, because if we spike, any undepleted power gets played Teacher on 2. So we are still in like the gold bracket here. It could be a mirror maybe. Yeah, initiation's kind of fine. If we miss, it's going to stink a bit. But we're playing like £27 plus like a couple of Vara's favours, so we do have like a lot of power in our deck. And also, if these get to connect, which is kind of less likely now, I suppose we play Waystone now. It's kind of less likely now that we do get to hit with these because we can both just play like Desecrate. Oh, our opponent's playing that deck. I will probably save a Banish for something that matters then. So there's very little, but so this makes our turn a lot easier. So we drew a power, so now we just like Desecrate this. Like, but as I was saying, there's very little that actually matters in terms of removal against like a Rat's deck. So I'm kind of fine just to spew off the Desecrate on that unit. Now, play another Teacher. If this doesn't get equivocated and we're just able to just like chew through for damage, then I thought it's just going to be in a real bad shape because they do kind of want to draw more cards. Yeah, so Severin here. This costs 4. I think I might be priced into just banishing this. I would rather banish something like a Rat Cage. I probably could be trying to go off here, but yeah, it looks like not. Do we have a 2-cost removal spell in here? We do not, but we do have a Burglarize, which is still kind of nice. Let's just banish this. And then just like bosh our opponent. We could also have like given Killer to the Carrington Merchant, got him fetched like Dark Return to go and get back the Killer Carrington Merchant. That could have been kind of nice, but I think this is okay for now. We've got 2 disciplinary weights on our opponent. Yeah, so another one of these. Probably going to do like a similar trick to what I was alluding to last turn. So yeah, this is going to be risky. Everything's going to cost us 4 more when they join additional cards. Yeah, so it's on the 6 cost this plan. So let's just play Vara out. If our opponent here doesn't, well, if they sacrifice, they've got nothing in the way. We've got to hit them with 6. If they didn't sacrifice, which they didn't, we just get to gain like a bajillion life. And as far as I am aware, there's no like 1 cost interaction in that deck. So we just get to crack them again for 6. And we've got like a 6, 7, and 2 free freeze against Rats, which feels pretty positive. They're on the back foot to us. We can even just like allow this to hit us if we want to. I don't think we want to, so I think what I'd like to do is like set up Xenan Temple for next turn. Just to give us like another threat, another sort of angle. Perhaps should have played Argenport Instigator because it's an additional point of damage. Yep, this is fine. Oh, Volunk, nice. Yeah, we'd have got an additional point of damage in, but I think that's... So we play the free, get rid of this, and get like the temple. I'm actually kind of fine with having the overwhelm unit because this can be a bit of a burn spell with any killer effects we've got. So I think it probably just be. So if we do this, we'll go up to 7. I probably should have been 1 less, but you know, we don't got some do because of the power. Actually, I always forget that it actually costs power to do that. So we will get rid of Volunk now, and actually we'll just get Xenan Temple. Then opponent should be 1 lower, but you know, what can you do? I think that we're probably about the same because I probably shouldn't have actually used the Vara's favour, but that's fine. Yep, so good old smuggles here. I'm so curious what the opponent's got. Maybe the... Okay, so left right hideaway. Oh, that's good. Let's get to do this. Just have it all. So ping you for 1. Not that one. There's the initiation here, so we get to kill this, steals another 1, and then we get to kill our opponent. I shouldn't quite have been that tight, I don't think. But yeah, we got there. Cool. But I do sort of enjoy these styles of decks. They're just sort of like base shadow, and then like something on the side of it. So similar to like Stone's Guy and Argenport is just, that's where I like to be. Looking forward to this mono colour set we've got coming up. There we go, gold 2. You've seen it live on stream. Okay, so easy redraw there, just 1 power. Not really for me, to be honest. Oh yes, opponent's got the nice new sleeves here. So I think we do need to go to 6 here, which is kind of rough, really. This is kind of fine. There are probably games that you win with this hand just because you've got like Sandstorm tying into like Xenan Temple. So this could be rough, especially for opponents like FJS who just able to like, pick apart our plan. I think we will Crest here. Not entirely sure what we need, but oh yes, that's it. 2 drops, perfect. I feel like I kind of wasted my thing now, but okay. So opponent's playing Ixton. Maybe they're playing with like Vargo or something like that. But that's fine. Good to play our Sea Mystery, Teacher. And then if our opponent gets to kill this, we get to play Titan on 4, and if we get a little bit lucky, we get to play Temple that turn after. So I am going to go for Suffocating this. I appreciate that we could get Torched or Defianced here. But honestly, this is also just fine. Just make sure there's nothing in play. Just wait to get the actual... Let's get the actual weights on our opponent. Because they could have, like, I don't know, done this, where they'd gone... I don't know, played the 2-2, blocked it, and then next turn just like played something to hit that with. So I am just going to place the Sandstorm Titan. We do need to be mindful that our opponent could be playing like Casual in the deck, so we might not want to oversting too much. But our opponent can kill this if they, you know, want to spend the time to like use this plus Torch. Seems kind of fine. If we draw Dark Turn, we'd be really happy because then we could just like no fear put the Auric Interrogator out there. Okay, so Red Canyon Smuggles. So this is now a 2-1, but it's still kind of good. Like this block plus Torch still like does it for the opponent. Not sure what they've got there. Maybe they've got something like a plate, but let's just attack and find out. Could have gone to go and fetch something like a... Actually, I'm just going to play this out. We'll save the Xenan Temple. The Xenan Temple can do a couple of different things for us. It can turn the Interrogator potentially into a card draw engine. I don't hold up much hope for that. Oh, this is kind of fine. So we just take 14. Don't think we do. So I guess we're just double blocking. We take like some damage, it's fine. It's not ideal. Would have much preferred to have not just spent my entire turn doing that, but I guess this is where we are now. Okay, so it's kind of aggressive from the opponent. I guess they just wanted to like put the game away. Maybe they've got like some Rizans or something. So I'll probably just like going to crack the opponent for 5. Don't need to do anything like Xenan Initiation. We can just do this, draw a card. And this is like a threat that's in play. Yeah, I like Vara, that's good. I'm not going to play the Barrow. Don't think we need it, and we can just trade it with the Merchant if we draw one. Like, get something good out. Slam Spit Slug could be good here. Yep. So I'm just going to speed off the scare here. Alright, a Miner's Musket. Well, got a removal spell at least. Let's just throw us with Scare. Could potentially use the initiation here. So opponent, if they just miss this turn, then I feel like we're in pretty great shape. Yeah, so they missed. I think we're just like at the point of get this +1/+1. So I'm looking forward to the next set actually. Zero cost there, kind of like it. Yeah, Miner's Musket kind of whipped for our opponent there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next set, especially if it's like mono faction based. Like I've seen quite a lot of shadow cards really. The 4-cost like triple shadow pip that gives basically the old Steward of the Past effects to your opponent's void, but it gives everything -5, -5. That's going to be really good, especially because, as I was saying earlier, I do really like the mono shadow, like with a splash decks, like well basically this. So, Sand, we're on the draw. It's kind of a slow hand. We don't get to, even against like the best matches for this, like against Holjan, we don't get to kill until it's probably already done the damage. So, I think we'll just redraw this. Yeah, this is kind of a similar hand, but it's got like 2 Varas. Vara's a lot similar to like Sandstorm Titan. There are some games you'll play it and it'll be the reason you won that game. Your opponent they're playing a deck that just died to it. Oh, Cult Aspirant. So I did play against a deck that was doing this before, and they were playing some sort of whatever the horn's called that gains 3 lives. Shepherd's Horn. If our opponent wasn't able to gain life here, we could have like just absolutely spiked him with Oh well. So what do we get here? So Burglarize could be interesting because I'm going to be suspicious that if our opponent's going to get Cult Aspirant, oh yes, we get to go off here. Well, our life was just made like kind of sensible. I think we just go and grab Xenan Temple because we've got next curve. Realistically, we now get to use this to like steal this. It's a Callus, boring. So trading here is kind of medium. I'll just trade with this before I get silly. We get to play Vara as a 3/4 because I'm not just going to sacrifice this for free basically. But yeah, we can gain lives too. Yeah, this sacrifice is free unless our opponent's got like an Equivocate, in which case we just don't care. It does give us the option to block here. I think we just might. Yeah, that's fine. Just get our opponent off the board. So I'm going to assume that they're going to be grabbing like the... Well, they don't need to grab the additional time slots now, but the hand's basically 2 more sigils. It seems fine for us. I mean, we've got nothing that cares about this. Maybe we do with like an Equivocate, but that seems like something we don't really need to worry about. So I thought we were pretty well insulated from things like Cerso. Yes, we know that 2 of our opponent's cards are sigils, so Power Stone, 2 sigils. Don't think we're in trouble here realistically. So I will play this one just because it's not got market tag. And I'm just going to draw a card of it. Yeah, Vara's good. It's just a lot of pressure. We could have got Dark Return because we could have like got back Merchant now, but or even like a slightly bigger one of them. Ugh, this is rough. So we have to play a 2 spells into our opponent. So before they draw the other one, I'm just going to kill this, steal it. I'm going to desecrate this. Yep, and then... Oh, our opponent's had enough. I was going to find out what happened with Vara and the Dawnwalker there. I assume because it enters like a freefall, and then it's just, I think it's a summon ability. We wouldn't have got it. But yeah, clearly my favourite quest here. So the one of Cabal standard shows up. Do we like this? I feel like we could just do better. I mean, it's a bunch of like good things together, but it's kind of slow. I don't really want to be on the draw with like Z Initiation and oh yes, that'll do. With Z Initiation and Desecrate. I mean, this arguably is still slow because it's got like 2 5-cost potential do nothings. Oh, but it's ramping into something. So I will keep this power. So could be against tokens. Okay, so Elysian, is this the same match as last turn? Okay, so Elysian Pledge, I'm sure. You got a Tiger. Teacher of Humility just not very scary in this matchup for our opponent. I think they can just like play through it because they can just ramp so hard. Oh, got another spoiler coming. Oh boy. So, you can't see that. But, well, I suppose it's like all mana and no, well, all power and no things. So this is kind of fine. Do we have a Disjunction or anything for this? No, we don't. Of course we don't. We've got Shadow Merchant. This is fine. Oh, well, Divining Rod, if this misses, then it will miss. What? I can only hit Overwhelm. Yeah, this is fine. So I'm just gonna play Vara. Oh, double block this. That's like fine by me. Yep, 1U. I suppose we could have attacked because we're just gonna desecrate this and then gain some lives. Ew. Well, I suppose this is what we're doing in our life. Take 5 things still in play, but our opponent's gone back on a lot of power actually. Could say something like 2-5. That'd be pretty funny. So I'm actually just gonna Z Initiation. So no fast effects, so we're just gonna go for it. We both take one. Like obviously we're slightly behind, and our opponent can play things like Scalis just to kill our side one shot. But if they didn't this turn, then got some bad news for them. So I do really want the power, but I think I'm just going to play another Vara. Like unopposed Vara is good generally. Insulates us from something like a Scalis, because otherwise we can only really play one thing. Okay, so Permafrost, yeah, sure. Oh, got Mind Stinger. Scare. I guess we just this turn. This was 6-5. So I might as well do this. I think I'm not going to play around our opponent just like spiking Scalis and killing outside. Okay, let's go. Oh yes. I always just feel so lucky with this card. Yep, so we've got Worldbreaker. Our opponent is playing Elysian, so an 8-8 is kind of fine. Even if they equivocate, we'll just turn it into something else. Now, I think we just play everything. Oh, opponent never let us find out. I was thinking just play Interrogator and the Merchant, the next turn we could do some stuff, but it didn't matter. Like our board was just overwhelming. We had an 8-8. Okay, well that was a quick one actually, wasn't it? It's like 5 games, like in a row. So I have to check profile just to make sure, because that's only 21 minutes plus like a write-up. So, yeah. Ignore this Combray Gubbins. That was not a good deck. I mean, it was kind of fine, but yeah. So, go back to the cards. What a journey. What a journey. It takes absolutely forever to get back to here. I should have like a back button or something. But yeah, Xena's still good. Of course, there's like a limit to how bad a deck can be. At any point, you can look at a deck and go, oh, it's got Sandstorm sign in it. How bad can it be? Same with Vara. And then the same is true of these two, like Teacher of Humility and Argenport Instigator. And then we've just got like a little support package that's just like really good free drops. And then Desecrate has really impressed me. I think it's sort of like the card that Shadow needed, because Shadow was kind of the worst faction at actually killing things for like a reasonable cost, like Death Strike. But Feeding Time was kind of better, which was leading into a second faction. Slay was basically the best. And then Justice was actually just the best at killing everything, because it had like the actual board wipes, like Harsh Rule and the other of that variety of effect. And also just like Vanquish would often kill things that actually mattered. And then usually would just be playing a deck that had like Torch or whatever to deal with anything else. But yeah, Justice was kind of the faction that's good at killing everything, because it has things like Defiance. Everything in Justice is sort of like conditional, but its conditions matter, because like in other games like Magic the Gathering, if you played like Vanquish, it could just whiff all the time, and I'm not sure if it'd actually see play. But like in a game like this, where everything is much more about playing to the board all the time, Vanquish is just absurd. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've sort of gone off with myself quite enough here. I will see you around.